Hey, thanks so much for clicking on this channel. Come on back, we're going to make the ultimate mixtape. Kick it! We are Brian's Funhouse, no one likes the Brian's Funhouse. Let's go Brian's Funhouse now. Hey, thanks for joining me for the next few minutes here on Brian's Funhouse. Thanks for all the subs, likes, and all that hoo-ha. We're going to make the ultimate mixtape, or you can say the ultimate CD sampler. For me, it was a tape. The tape meant so much to me. I got exposed to so much great heavy metal, rock, classic rock, through friends taping stuff for tapes for me. The ultimate power of the mixtape. I'm going to give you a quick story about the ultimate power of the mixtape. I was, I think, a sophomore in high school. I worked as a stock boy at a local Italian little grocery store thingy. This girl at the time was a freshman, and I just, with the jet black hair, the skin, the look she had, it was just an unbelievable, beautiful girl to me at the time, and I knew I could get this girl if I made her the ultimate mixtape. So the next few weeks, I would go down. Why did I say skin? That's creepy. I just realized. Hair, let's say hair, eyes, the look, the whole look. She was a really pretty girl, and so I knew if I made a tape, I could win her over, because not only did I work with her, but she was a cheerleader too, and she'd also say hi to me in the hallways of the high school. So, you know, that was an honor. And so for weeks, I was putting Bon Jovi, Rat, Vinnie Vincent Invasion, who else? Probably some classic rock like Foreigner and Cheap Trick. But yeah, I mean, we had the store had this like, and I would sweep the office room and had like this two-way mirror thing, you know, where people thought it was a mirror, but you could see out, and I would look at her, you know, all the time, and I was sweeping there, like, oh, she would just be leaning over bored, because the store didn't bring a lot of people, and she'd just like reading her homework books, and I was just like, this is who I want to spend my life with. All I need is the ultimate tape. So yeah, for weeks, I got the song orders, I wrote, because my handwriting's horrible, I wrote really slow the song, and one day we were just hanging out, I'm like, hey, here's the tape, I'll give you a mixtape. And I'll tell you, that girl today turned out to be, I have no idea. I have no idea what happened to her. She pretty much stopped talking to me after I gave her the mixtape. I think some of the song selections weren't something great, but oh well, you know, I tried. You swing and you miss with the mixtape, but hey, let's together, me and you, make the ultimate mixtape. I guess you could say these are my favorite songs of all time, kind of, but they're songs that I don't get tired of, and that's what you want on a mixtape. You put it in the car, and you go forever, driving somewhere, road trip, and you want songs that you're not sick of. You don't want a Stairway to Heaven on there. You know, you don't want to Walk This Way on there. You don't want something that you're kind of like, oh, you shook me all night long, great, yay, AC/DC. You want something that was a little more like timeless, classic, that hasn't been pounded in your head 5 million times. Let's get started. For me, the 10th song, and I'd kick it off with a little bit of Devo, showing the girls right away that I'm cool. You know, no, it's a mixtape for anyone. It doesn't have to be trying to build a relationship for the rest of your life. That's okay, girl who never spoke to me again after I gave her the tape. That's fine. So I'm going to go with Gates of Steel, where man is real, not made of steel. Lyrics are great. The beat is great. It's got that kind of new wavy beat. Devo, I mean, come on. From 1980, we're starting a new era in 1980. First song I would put on that tape for me, just for myself, the ultimate mixtape, Devo, Gates of Steel. Song number 9 out of 10. We're going down. I would do obscure for a lot of you. You're like, what? Yeah, I need some punk. Is it going to be Sex Pistols or Clash? I don't know. There's so many great songs between Ramones and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But no, I'm going to keep it local. 1991, local band out of Chicago area, Sludgeworth. I could have went with Screeching Weasel, Science of Myth too, but I went with Sludgeworth Someday. And this song is very important to me. It turned me on to local music, it turned me on to indie music, it turned me on to the fact that you can form a band and play this kind of music and get people to come to the shows. It was just great. The song is called Someday by Sludgeworth. One of my favorite songs of all time. Uplifting. Things are going to be alright someday. You know, for a lot of us, these times, they're troubling. They're troubling times. We're not sure what's going to happen here. Not sure what's going to happen, especially in America. Not sure what's going to take place. But hey, you got to be positive. Things, you'd be alright someday. Someday by Sludgeworth. That's another song I'd put on my mixtape. You know, Under Pressure from Queen, probably one of my favorite songs of all time. But I don't know why. There's just the last, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years, just Queen rebirth, where there's more Queen on classic rock, way more. And they seem to be playing another one, Bites the Dust, a lot, which I think is one of the worst Queen songs ever. And I don't need to hear Bohemian Rhapsody ever again. I don't need to hear We Will Rock You, We Are the World combo. But unfortunately, Under Pressure is also falling into that category. I'm just kind of overexposed to it. But when I think of Queen, and I think of a song that, if I'm playing it or hear it somehow, I always want to hear it. There is never an ounce of me that says, oh, fast forward or turn the radio station or whatever. Although they don't play this on radio a lot, and they really should. Classic rock radio, pay attention. From News of the World, 1977. I'm talking about John Deacon, the bass player. Give him some love. Spread Your Wings, the story of a guy that I think worked at a store and just wanted to be a rock and roll star. Don't we all? What's that one, Shooting Star from Paul Rodgers and Bad Company? That's got the same storyline. When you're a young boy, you want to be that rock star. And there's this dream world. You dream for hours and hours. Someday I'm going to make it. I tried to be a rock star, and here I am in the basement doing YouTube. So we all know how that turned out. But anywho, Spread Your Wings from Queen. That would be on my ultimate mixtape for sure. Another song that would be on my ultimate mixtape. I love The Wall, and a lot of the songs that aren't Another Brick in the Wall, the other songs on The Wall that haven't been played a million times, those are just great songs. But if I'm going with a Pink Floyd song, because I grew up loving Pink Floyd, was in my top 3. I love Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, Pink Floyd, and Cheap Trick Rush. I guess I had a top 5 all time growing up. Pink Floyd has now slipped. I don't listen to them as much because I just don't. But if I'm putting a Pink Floyd song on there, I'm doing 1975, Wish You Were Here. It's just, it gets played a lot, yeah. But it's one of the ones that I love hearing. And you think about people that were once in your life that have passed on. And the song always, what do they say? Kids say, kicks you in the feels. Although I don't think kids say that anymore. I think there's another phrasing for all that. But anyway, Wish You Were Here from Pink Floyd. That for sure would make my ultimate mixtape. Like I said, one of the heavy hitters growing up. It's still a powerful band. I just don't make too much time to listen to them because they're always still getting played heavily on classic rock radio. Talking about the mighty Led Zeppelin. I love studio and live version of Song Remains the Same. Of course, they have all these classics, Whole Lot of Love, and Good Times, Bad Times. The list goes on and on with Led Zeppelin. But fortunately, those songs still are a lot. Are just played a little. I don't know. I've listened to them so much throughout my life that there's a lot of other songs I need. But unfortunately for me, my favorite Led Zeppelin song does not really get played. So it's always special when I hear it. I almost went with 10 Years Gone because that is a beautiful. I just watched a live version of that. YouTube has so much great stuff. But if I'm going for the ultimate Led Zeppelin song, the ultimate song that I'm not going to never not want to hear, always want to put it on the mixtape. One of my favorite songs in the world is the Rain Song. I do like the live version a little more from the soundtrack of Song Remains the Same. And I just heard on YouTube, I watched the video. I thought it was 1974 Earl's Court, I think, was the version. That was beautiful too, man. The Rain Song is one of the songs that you can say, I love you. It's not cheesy. I curse the gloom that set upon us, but I know that I love you so. But I know that I love you so. It's getting to me now. Rain Song. I know why they call it rain, because you're crying and it's rain. Oh man, Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones on a Mellotron. And John Bonham on drums. I tell you, the Rain Song, 1973. A lot of these songs are from the 70s, man. You older people have had some good music. The 70s. Alright, you're saying, Brian, Wish You Were Here, the Rain Song, Spread Your Wings, kind of like slow, right? Well, yeah, usually on a mixtape, you want something that you just, I don't know. Yeah, but for sure, you need to kick it in the butt a little bit. And when I think of kicking it in the butt, I'm thinking AC/DC. And my favorite album from them is Power Rangers. Like I said, I love Brian Johnson as well, but for me, if I had to pick an era, it's going to be the early era with Bon Scott. Like I said, You Shook Me All Night Long, Hell's Bells, great songs, but man, they get played a lot from that. Back in Black from 1980. You get to the point where you're like, I've heard a lot of AC/DC, and then they play thunderstruck millions of times, and it's like, what's wrong with the Highway to Hell they do bring out from the old catalog. But anyway, I can go on and on about AC/DC. If I really want a song, any song from this one would be good, but since I have a lot of slow song, and I do need something from 1978 that's going to kick me a little bit more, not kicked in the teeth, which is awesome, I'm going to go with Riff Raff. Riff Raff is making, boy, that's the longest intro just to say what freaking song I'm putting on a mixtape. I'll pretend mixtape of that. But I'm going Riff Raff. That's going on my mixtape as an ultimate song. Oh, before I get further, we just got 4 left. Last night I saw the WASP first album tour. Love that first album from WASP. My second favorite album from WASP. Their second album, The Last Command, is my first favorite, and then this one. And unfortunately, like Iron Maiden, I had Big Boy sit next to me. Quite Big Boy. He made the Iron Maiden Big Boy look like Kate Moss. He was a big boy. I had the cane, because I had the cane putting against my leg, and originally I had this much seat, because the Arcada theaters used to be like a theater, so you get theater seating, which sucks for heavy metal concerts. So I had yay mouth seat, and then Big Boy came and sat next to me, and I had yay mouth. So I was like this the whole concert. Yeah, go WASP! Yay! Woo! But yeah, Blackie and the Boys sound good. If you love the first album, man, that is a tour to go see. Armored Saint opened up. That's always a solid band. That first album, track by track, and then just like a 4-song encore. So if you're not a fan of the first album, then you're probably not going to enjoy it. But if you love WASP, how can you not like their freaking first album, man? I digress. That's why I'm a little hoarse, because I was screaming, "The flame burns out!" That's a WASP song. So I'm thinking mixtape. This one probably I would omit if I was going to mixtape for the ladies. But hey, I'm married now these days, so no mixtape for the ladies. Just for the dudes saying, "Hey, check out this band." But how do you not know this band? Rush, Canada's own Rush, 1976. You could go with a million Rush songs. Fly My Night. Anything from that, the Subdivision, and so many. They don't play a lot of Rush on the radio besides like Tom Sawyer over and over and over, or sometimes like Time Stands Still. But yeah, they don't get played a lot on the radio, which is actually fine with me. But I'm going side 1, 2112, the 2112 song, the song that takes about an hour and a half to get through. 2112 Overture of Temples of Syrinx. Oh man, Discovery, Presentation, Oracle, The Dream, Solalku, whatever that is, and grand finale. We have Assume Control. I mean, look at these. If you're going to rock out, you're going to want to wear a robe, right? But 2112, as a kid, I had my childhood copy in the collection over there. This is one of the reissues. And I would open up this sleeve and just stare at the band and try to figure out what the hell this planet they're talking about. This society that's going to censor music and rock and roll, and what are we talking? 2112 would be on the mixtape. Something from the 90s. 1992. A soundtrack song. Soundtracks were big, man. You had to get soundtrack songs. From the single soundtrack. So much stuff. Are you going with Soundgarden Birth Ritual? No, I'm not. Are you going with Wood from Alice in Chains? No. On this mixtape, songs that I can just overhear. I'm going Drown by Smashing Pumpkins. Drown by Smashing Pumpkins. That guitar riff, the light, and then it gets into heavy, and then it comes into fading. Musically, it takes you on a little sonic journey. A lot shorter of a sonic journey than Rush is taking you on 2112, but still an amazing sonic journey. Smashing Pumpkins, Drown for sure. You got to kick it old school sometimes, from 1972. This actually, I have some info on this one because this is really interesting. I found it to be really interesting. A thing of 3 songs, so it's a trilogy. You might say it's an American trilogy. You know what I'm talking about. You know. I actually have the 45 of it too, which is cooler, but I didn't want to break into my 45s. So I think I'm going to start selling off my 45s. I very rarely play 45s. But anyway, Elvis Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. Whoa, a satellite up in space. Look, he's rocking out there. It's American Trilogy, 1972. What Elvis did, he made himself his own mixtape, mixed in 3 songs to make one perfect song. He did a well-known song about the southern United States, Dixie. The first part of the song is Dixie. Some people may say, well, that's not PC. Shut your mouth. It's Dixie. It's in the American Trilogy. You will listen and you will like it. The second part is the Battle Hymn of the Republic, a marching hymn used by the Union Army. Yay, Union Army! During the American Civil War, when America was divided. Now, oh, what was that? We're so united right now. We're tight. And then at the end is All My Trials, a Bohemian lullaby that was related to the African American spirituals. All My Trials. So Elvis did Dixie, Battle Hymn of the Republic, All My Trials. American Trilogy would be on my ultimate mixtape of songs that I can never get sick of hearing. The Big E, kicking it with American Trilogy. Number 1 is probably my favorite song of all time. It's hard to come up with. A lot of us music aficionados who have big collections love all kinds of music and enjoy it. It's hard to come. What's your favorite song of all time? And I've only been asked that a handful of times in life, which is weird for people that know. I hang out with a lot of people that love music, and people know I love music, and very rarely you'll ask someone, what's your favorite song of all time? But if someone was to say, hey, Brian's Funhouse, what's your favorite song of all time? To me, it's got to be a perfect rock and roll song. My favorite kind of music is rock and roll. And I'm thinking it's got to have a great chorus, great guitar. Although this song has more of a clean guitar sound than I usually like. But, yeah, it's just perfect for my favorite band. We're talking about Cheap Trick in the Dream Police era. Look at that. You dress like that, man. You're going to make the best song of all time. Is it Dream Please? Could it be Dream Please? Are you talking about Cheap Trick and you're not talking about Surrender? As Cheap Trick's like my favorite band, I don't ever need to hear I Want You to Want Me or Surrender ever again as long as I live. It's okay if I don't hear those. Cheap Trick has so many good songs. Is it Downed? No, that's not on this album. Is it Oh Candy? That's another great song, but not on this album. Is it Voices, which is on this album? One of the great vocal performances of all time. No, it's Way of the World, second song. Way of the World by Cheap Trick. I've said before on this channel, it might be the perfect rock and roll song. It just hits you. It's short. It's that 3-minute length. It just verse, chorus, guitar solo, verse, chorus kind of thing. And perfect chorus, perfect intro to the chorus, perfect tones, perfect singing, perfect drumming, perfect bass playing, perfect rock. Way of the World by Cheap Trick would for sure be on my little mixtape because I'm going to listen to it right now, damn it. That's a perfect song. All right. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite songs are of all time and what you would put on the perfect mixtape. Thanks for watching.